Keyan and Topher Scott.
You guys don't have a camera. You'll just hear his voice.
Yeah. We don't have
Yeah,
a
I'm
camera
just
there.
the ghost in the corner of the room.
How was y'all's week?
My week was pretty good. Went to Bit Devs last night.
How was it?
It was good. I saw Jimmy Song talk on Monday at the Builders Club. What else did I do? Oh, I finally put my PR up for review that I've been working on forever.
What is that?
It's like it's a unified ledger for Stacker.News post the non-custodial switch, which is really nice once it gets reviewed. That's it, though. What'd you do, Topher?
I think I did the same things you did.
Oh, okay.
I also went to see Jimmy Song speak at the meetup, the Bitcoin Builders meetup, and then also went to Bit Devs.
Yeah.
It was a fun Bit Devs.
It was a fun Bit Devs.
Yeah.
Too much knots and core versus core talk for me, but it was fun. You got to talk about it maybe.
Got to talk about some exploits, the supply chain attack, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
It was a good Bit Devs.
Awesome. Sounds great.
How was your week, Car?
It's super busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. Startup school, startup day. What else
Startup
happened? Bitcoin Builders
Startup
meetup.
girlfriend.
What else do we have going on? Yeah, a lot of stuff. I saw 28 weeks later. Or 28 years later. I was telling you before the show. It's really good, dude.
It's the third one, right? Or the fourth one?
So apparently, I found out they're making a trilogy of these movies. So it's going to be a trilogy.
Wait.
And they basically, the second movie that happened, so it was 28 days later. Then it was 28 weeks later. And then it was 28 years later. So the 28 weeks later doesn't exist.
Oh, they think they're going to...
They retro... how do you say that?
they retconned it.
They retconned it.
Why?
It's like literally in the beginning of the movie. It's not a spoiler because it just comes up. It's like the title card. It's retconned.
Well, it's like 28 years later, so they could just... I guess they could just ignore it.
I think it's because Alex Garland, the writer, and Danny Boyle, the director, were just like, no, bro, we're not doing that. We're not taking that. Because it was not done by them.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
I didn't mind that movie at all.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's my memory of it.
I would definitely recommend.
I guess maybe they just didn't like the
out.
trajectory it took the story on.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV. It's like $4.99 to rent.
All right. Mm-hmm. Wait, the new one is $4.99?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheaper than I thought I was expecting. Because usually they're like $20 this early.
Yeah, I've noticed Sony does really good movies lately. They're like the only one that doesn't like do the woke stuff. I've noticed. Everybody else is like doing that kind of stuff. They're just trying to make like good banger movies. Anyways, if you've never seen this crazy show before, we talk about Bitcoin news on the front page of Bitcoin every week called Stacker.News. Turns out this crazy little website right here called Stacker.News is growing. Turns out. I keep seeing it more in search results. Keep seeing it in LLMs. Don't see it talked about in media, at least not yet. But who knows? Maybe we'll see it on CNBC. Maybe we'll see Coob on CNBC one day. We'll see.
I won't be there. I'm not going on CNBC.
Maybe you can send somebody else. Anyways, but we have all these clips. Check them out. They're a lot of fun. We have some really cool stuff. We're live now. Oh, that's us. You can check out all these popular videos, full-length videos, some debates, you know, the usual stuff. We even talk about Jack and Noster. That's a good thing.
I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. We've been doing this for a long time. Coob.
I guess so.
Yeah, you have any anniversaries coming up?
Oh, we're going to talk about that later in the show. It's great that you brought that up.
I actually don't know.
Anyways, but let's jump into the top 5 stories of the week here on Stacker.News Live. The number 5 top story this week is Clara and the Sun book review. This is from Simple Stacker. 8 comments, 1848 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah. This is I guess this is one of the later books from Kazuo. I don't know how you say that name. Kazuo Ishiguro. Um, they wrote Never Let Me Go, and they've written a lot of
I love
fiction
that.
novels. They kind of specialize in this kind of, I don't know, it's like sort of surreal sci-fi, like very deep and emotional
Super depressing stuff.
type of sci-fi. And this is no different. This one's about cloning. It has themes in it that are similar to Gattaca. If you've seen the movie Gattaca, where some people are getting cloned and they get like higher station in society, and some people aren't cloned and they get lower station, or genetically modified. I mean,
Yeah. They get the designer genetics.
yeah, designer genetics. That's the word. And yeah, I guess one of the book is told from the perspective of the family's like robot that is a companion to a sickly child who is sickly because of genetic modifications. Her parents were like wealthy and got her the genetic modifications, but she ended up sick, as sometimes happens.
Yeah.
And so it's told in the perspective of this robot, and the robot is tasked by the mother to learn as much about the daughter as possible so that when she dies, the robot can replace her. And that's that's the telling of the story that I learned from this review.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I didn't know it was the same person that made Never Let Me Go.
They've written a lot of books. Scoresby mentions them in the comments. I think there's like 5 that Scoresby has read.
So it's interesting that it's funny that we're talking about Alex Garland. He's like friends with that guy.
Oh, this is a guy, not a. I always thought it was a woman.
No, so if it's the same author that wrote Never Let Me Go, he's actually friends with Alex Garland, the guy who wrote 28 Days Later.
Oh,
Well, now he's a filmmaker now too, but like there was a post that I posted a long time ago talking about Never Let Me Go and the themes in that movie, or themes in that movie, because I never read the novel, but yeah, they're like friends in that area of like, I guess, the UK or whatever. But dude, that movie is so good. Never Let Me Go. It was, like, Mark Romanek, I think, was the director or the filmmaker, and he was known for making these amazing music videos in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then he made that movie, and it was just like the pinnacle of, because that book was such a profound book, Never Let Me Go, apparently. And then like when he made it, they got Mark Romanek to direct it, or to do the film, and it was like whoa. And that, like, I remember
I read the book when I was a teenager. I remember it being really good. I refused to watch the movie. That's how much I liked the book.
I mean, the movies, like, it's still like, I just saw it recently, like a month ago again, because it was like, it's so good. It just takes you, it just transports you to another time, even though it's the future.
Well, that's another time in the future.
No, but like in the movie, the whole point of the movie, I don't know how it is in the book, but in the movie, like, these kids, they're trying to find out, like, the whole point of the movie is like they were just trying to find out if they had souls or not. If they had a human soul.
Okay.
It's kind of sad. It's really sad.
Have you seen the movie, Topher, or read the book?
Which movie?
Never Let Me Go?
No, I haven't. I've seen Gattaca.
Okay.
Yeah, Gattaca's
Gattaca's
one of my favorites.
Yeah, one of the best.
Cool.
So Kazuo Ishiguro
Okay.
is very much a dude.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he was born in Nagasaki,
Yeah.
1950s.
I usually got to check the genitals. That's how I know. Google search suffices too.
Cool. Great stuff. The next number 4 top story of the week is how safe do you feel in America? This is from Stack Harder, 83 comments, 1,239 cents. Keyan, do you feel safe in America?
I do, for the most part. I mean, I've never lived anywhere else or spent a lot of time anywhere else. So, but most other places I've spent time in, I also felt pretty safe there. It might differ depending on the way you show up in the world. But I like try to stay invisible, most places. But yeah, I feel relatively safe, even though I guess maybe less safe than I have in the past, given that I'm spend a lot more time around people that seem to be having a bad time on the streets. But yeah, I feel pretty safe. How do you feel?
I don't know. I feel like, I want to hear from Topher. Topher, do you feel safe in America?
Depends where you're living. Austin has gotten increasingly less safe. LA has very many unsafe places. But then there's other places that are incredibly safe. So I don't know. America is a very big country, and there's so many cities are very different. So I would say for the most part, America feels safe, but there's like some places that you got to look out for.
Yeah. To be honest, there was a time where I didn't feel safe, probably when I was growing up, but that was maybe because I was a young kid and I was like, when you're young, you kind of fear everything.
Yeah.
And then, then you're in your 20s, you kind of go out there and you kind of just become this like fearless young man. You're just not, you don't really,
You're like, I've made it to adulthood. I can die.
well, you don't really think of consequences, I guess, when you're a young man, I guess. You don't really.
That tracks. Yeah, you
Right.
do.
I guess maybe you don't think, or at least I didn't. I don't know. And then I guess it was more fearless back then. And then there does get a time. I think when I got married is when I started getting more fearful. I think because I started a family, and then once I found Christ, or when I went back to Christ, now I'm back to not fearing anything. So I think it just kind of goes back to like the individual, how safe do they feel, but I don't know. It just really just depends on the person, I think.
Less so than the place.
Yeah, I think so.
So you think you could be like in Ukraine and feel safe, or
Yeah, but
depending on your point
did you
of view.
ever read that? Did you ever read that? What's the name? It's the notorious book. I haven't read the book, but people have told me about it. It's the one where the guy who was in the Nazi camps and what's that one?
Auschwitz?
Yeah,
The Gulag Archipelago.
it's
I
like
can never pronounce.
Vikor Dash, whatever. Or it's like it's like a famous book. Like he's like one of the guys that was in the concentration camps. He got to a point where he saw so many people dying, and at a certain point, he just realized that he's already like I don't know. I forget how it's summed up in the book. Maybe one of the stackers can put in the comments or put on the thing. But he just basically summed up and said something like to the likes of like, once you realize like basically memento mori, like once you realize like death comes for everybody, you just don't fear it, and then you just move on with life and you accept it. And I think that's where he had gotten to at a certain point once he was in the concentration camps. He had seen death. He was clothed with death because all the ashes, and he just got to a certain point where in his mind he was already free, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge. That it's like a human challenge. Get past that fear.
It's like the mind is the biggest mountain to climb.
And
right?
it's interesting because it's introduced to you because like kids don't have like a fear of death. And I've noticed that like even with things becoming increasingly unsafe in society becoming a little more unstable, they keep releasing criminals out into the streets. What I notice from kids is that they still seem just as fearless from physical harm. Like they have the same fearlessness as I had as when I was a kid. So it's like for physical harm, like kids are fearless, but then like social harm is different. That's an interesting one. Like kids are still fearful of of experiencing a social death. Like if they're ostracized or if like, their reputation is ruined. Like that's worse. Like social harm, it seems like for kids, like social harm is even worse than physical harm.
Yeah, I could see that.
Kind of crazy. I don't know. Was it like that for you when you were a kid? Like
I think it goes that for everybody, right? Like in high school when people are like make fun of you. Like I remember this guy who like he pooped in his pants and then everybody made fun of him. And then he transferred schools too.
he had to
Just because he pooped in his pants.
You're done.
No,
That happens. You're
no,
done.
Best cover.
You might as well go into witness protection.
No. But we were still friends with him. Like we went to his birthday party and everything. We're like, hey, what happened? He's like, oh, we moved or whatever. I was like, no,
damn.
Yeah.
No, we couldn't do that. I had
moves.
3 brothers and 1 sister. There's no way my mom would move just because I pooped my pants. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely think I definitely think it would. I definitely think it does. I think at the end of the day, it does come down to the man though, like to protect his family, and if he's fearful, then the rest of his family is going to be fearful. So it really is up to the man to like conquer his mind and make sure that his family's safe. So if yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you feel safe in America?
I do. I do. I don't feel like anything's going to happen to me, to be honest. But the other day I was walking, remember I was telling you when I was going to 7-Eleven over here and like some guy was like trying to step up to me and I was just like, wow, that hasn't happened in a long time. And then
Did he call you the F word? A guy?
no, he was just like saying that he was going to punch me in the face. And I was just like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And then I just kept walking right through him. But I think honestly, I don't take offense to that because if it would have been somebody else behind me, it probably would have been that person anyway. I think he was just on one and he wanted to go to jail. So
Yeah, I wonder if
because
there's-
I kind of look at it more like okay, cool, then we're gonna get into a fight. Like I don't see it as like.
But you picked up on like he was looking to start something, and so all you like you didn't take it personally. All you really had to do is just not.
I just got to
engage.
defend myself, like. But I think I've been in enough like squabs or whatever. Like I'm not gonna like not defend myself if that makes any sense. But also I'm not gonna go look for a fight either. But I'm also not gonna back down either. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? I'm just gonna hold my ground.
Yeah, but they're looking to like trigger you. Like people that are like that, they're on something and they're looking to start a fight. They're looking to trigger you.
Sure. But
You didn't take
but that
the
doesn't work though with me because
You didn't take.
I
the
have
bait
God
part.
on my side. So it's like
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are very on edge.
yeah, I
in
think it's because
society.
they see people like that and they get fearful because they say something like that to them. But to me, I'm kind of like, cool. I'll see you when I get out of the 7-Eleven.
So I have to say, like I came back from Europe recently, and I've been to Europe a couple times, and there's way more screaming crazy people on the streets in the U.S.
Really?
than the places I've been in Europe. And so I don't know, it's like generally felt more safe
Uh-huh.
in Europe versus US, but it's more complicated than that because yeah, like I don't walk around carrying, at least not yet.
In Europe or
No, in US, well, in Europe
in
you
here.
can't carry.
Yeah, in here.
But in the US I don't walk around carrying.
Well,
I
in
guess if I
Texas-
did,
in
I would
Texas
feel
you
more
can-
safe.
In Texas, you
Yeah,
can,
in
though.
Texas you absolutely can.
Yeah, that's
You can
why
open
you don't.
carry and
This is
concealed
why you
carry.
don't do that to people. This is why you don't come up to somebody and say, "I'm going to punch you in the face" because you might get
Yeah.
shot. This is why you
Yeah.
don't do that in Texas.
So it's interesting. Like I would feel, so if I was carrying, I would feel more safe,
Mhm.
but I'm not carrying, so I feel less safe. But at least I know that I can do something about it if I wanted to. Whereas in Europe,
Yeah.
it's like I generally felt more safe, but like if something did happen, like what was I going to do? It's like you don't have the ability to take your own destiny into your hands.
Yeah.
You're kind of just, if the guy has like a knife or something, it's like you're not allowed to have a knife. He's not allowed to have a knife, but he has a knife and you don't.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. But generally I felt like they keep crazy people off the streets
Yeah.
more than they do here.
Well, there was some guy that somebody was. They were telling me there was some guy that's like has like a clipboard and he's like checking in on all the homeless people to see what they need. Right?
Yeah,
Do you guys
they
know?
have
I
people
didn't-
here that are
Oh.
checking in on the homeless and
I've seen
everything.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get them the help they need.
That doesn't make them less crazy though.
Oh. Anyways. So that's everything. Keyan, you got anything else on this or?
No, I think we've covered it. We've all answered the question.
Okay. Number 3 top story is NBA star Kevin Durant can't unlock his Coinbase Bitcoin account. This is from Wumble. 31 comments, 1042 sats. Keyan, why?
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on here. If they're just this is like sort of a headline thing, and their stuff is taken out of context. But Kevin Durant lost access to his Coinbase account. He might have done that intentionally, where he like threw away his password so he couldn't get access to it to sell his Bitcoin. Apparent is the claim, or or he did it accidentally, and it's like a happy accident where he kind of forgot that he had bought a bunch of Bitcoin and left it on Coinbase all these years.
Yeah, Pleb Spidey Sense says none of this is true. This is all just a PR campaign. That's my Pleb Spidey Sense says.
Okay,
But
well, it's a nice headline. I mean, it did.
oh yeah, it's a great. Anytime you can say somebody got hacked or locked out, that's always a good headline. Lead with that, and
But
then
it's also
and then shimmy in what you're really trying to do there, which they do at the end of the article. I'll scroll down to it because
for me, I find it hard to imagine someone coming up with a story like that, but maybe that's someone's career is to come up with stories like that.
Kleinman said he and Durant are also investors in Coinbase Global, and that the company has been a valuable resource in growing our business. We're also launching 35, or they didn't say we're also in 2021. 35 Ventures struck a multi-year deal with Coinbase to promote the trading platform, which includes creating content about digital assets for Durant's sports entertainment website. So I think they're just trying to promote the 35 Ventures cool thing that Durant's doing. So that's how I see it. It's just kind of plus Coinbase too. Doesn't hurt. Everybody wants money, Keyan.
Oh, yeah. But I suspect this, but even if it didn't happen to Kevin Durant, I suspect this has happened to other people. I know of one case in particular where someone had back in the day bought Bitcoin on Coinbase and forgot about it for years until
It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, until there was a huge bull run, and then they're like, "Oh wait," and then then they were rich. So this stuff does happen. It might have happened to Kevin Durant, or it might all be a fake story. I don't know, but this is a happy accident. Coinbase in the meantime hasn't, like, their assets haven't been seized, and he can still get his Bitcoin out. So it's a happy accident.
I think I said one earlier. I was like, we should do one for Stacker News where we have Stacker.News. Kevin Durant loses Stacker News login. Was it his L&D node? Question mark. And I said, we've already been working directly with Stacker News crew on Kevin's accounts recovery, which is why it was easy for me to make a joke about it on stage. Kleinman said, turns out he tried logging with his Nostr and a queso emoji. Classic Kevin.
Yeah.
See, that's how that works. Also, should be mentioned, Kevin is directly invested into Stacker News. This is how that works. It's just like a one boom. It's just like, it doesn't need to be true, Keyan. It just needs to be relevant.
I take your point that they could be lying. I think they also could be telling the truth, and it's like a nice coincidence.
Pleb Spidey Sense, baby. Cool. You got anything, Topher?
I just think that
come on,
they brought on Kevin Durant for a name. And then they're like, hey, we have this portfolio. We're going to put some Bitcoin in there. Do you have any anecdotes about Bitcoin? And I think Kevin said, oh, I think I bought Bitcoin on Coinbase once, probably like $100. And he forgot his password.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh, we can spin that into something.
Yeah, I think
this is probably like a big nothing burger. Like, it's nothing.
Totally.
Like, if he really wanted, like, for you to set up a Coinbase account, like, they have all of your personally identifiable information and bank account. So, like, they could totally store his account if they wanted to.
Topher knows.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
just
saying. Come on, right here. Boom, come on.
You got to generate that news story, Carr. Come on, you got to.
I know.
Got to hook the people in.
Keon's too honest. That's why he doesn't see this.
Maybe Durant is Satoshi.
Kevin Durant Satoshi.
It does. Yeah, maybe we can correlate his commits with like the NBA season.
Yeah.
Tell.
All right. We got hedging sanctions risk, Bitcoin in central bank reserves. This is from Simple Stacker. 11,800 sats, 9 comments. Keyan, what is all this stuff?
Yeah. So there was a paper, I think the Scoresby shared, about central banks potentially hedging sanctions risk using Bitcoin. And so Simple Stacker went and read it and then summarized it for us here. They also compared they also did the same thing for gold. Use the same model and use gold. They had a bunch of other things in the footnotes. I guess they showed like mining, but they have Simple Stacker's conclusion is they do understand Bitcoin at least. And then like the headline of this, I would say, is that even if a country is risk averse, But if they have a high risk of sanctions, they should use Bitcoin in their portfolio to hedge against those sanction risks. It will help them because Bitcoin is borderless, etc. And they'll still be able to, gain access to a liquid market that allows them to preserve their reserve value. Or if a country does not have sanctions risk, but it has a low risk aversion, meaning they are okay with taking some risk in their portfolio, they should also add Bitcoin because it'll improve the returns on their reserves. So in general, this is a good study for Bitcoin, or it's like, it's favorable. It paints Bitcoin in a favorable perspective. Even governments can use Bitcoin in their portfolio to fight other governments' overreach. So I say cool. And I think the main flaw, like Simple Stacker also points out flaws that they found in it. The main one being that it's like a simulation of the circumstances that a country would, like the model is a simulation of what would happen to a country should they suffer sanctions. And so, and I guess that model assumes that the Federal Reserve in that country is not already engaging in other hedging activities as the sanction risks increase. And so that might be painting a rosier picture than would otherwise be the case. But still, cool to see academics looking at Bitcoin, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like they also bring up second, we apply a price discovery methodology and framework which was designed to handle sparse and asynchronous data and analyze the Bitcoin markets, covering spot markets with quotes of USD and USDT. Damn, that's a long paper. So you read through all this?
Yeah, well, he's an academic economist, and so it's kind of right
Where
up
were
his
they
alley.
grabbing all this from? The development of Bitcoin Future, exploring the interactions. Where are these coming from?
I mean, this is you're on one journal's website right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their references. High frequency. Interesting. It's fascinating to see them do their own research in this stuff and like where they're grabbing it from. I might take a look at this later.
Yeah, it seems to be mostly other academic papers. Be cool to see like a Satoshi Nakamoto Institute reference or something.
But yeah, they're not gonna do that. Fascinating. Wow, good stuff. Topher, you got anything on this?
I mean, I haven't read the paper. I don't understand the model. So yeah, I don't have anything to say about the paper. I don't know if you can really, I don't even know how you'd begin to model Bitcoin as a reserve asset for the world to avoid sanctions risk. I know that there was use of Bitcoin in the Russia-Ukraine war on both sides. So there's precedent of Bitcoin being used to evade sanctions. But for a nation state to like make it a part of their strategy, like, I don't know, because most nations don't accept Bitcoin. And so much of the price of Bitcoin is based on US dollar denominated debt that the US indirectly controls the price of Bitcoin. So, evade sanctions from who? From the US? Like, I don't know. Like, this is just something that hasn't been tested, and I don't understand the model. And I think it's just all pure speculation, which I think is what
I think it's
Scoresby's saying too.
It is. I mean, it is a simulation, and Simple Stacker says it's a simple model, but I think it is specifically looking at sanctions from the U.S. and or Europe, and what if they're holding U.S. treasuries or they're holding European treasuries. I don't know what they equivalent, European bank treasuries, and they get sanctioned like Russia did, where those go to zero or have some fraction of the value they once had. What would, if Bitcoin were in that portfolio too, what would happen? Is more or less what they're looking at. So yeah, they probably do not model properly like, and Simple Stacker points this out, a state-sponsored attack on Bitcoin affecting its price.
Yeah, I don't think it actually. I don't actually think like Bitcoin fits in that model, to be honest, because it's not like maybe it fits in this like fiat era, but I feel like it should have its own model.
Yeah, it's fiat thinking.
Yeah,
Because if you want to hedge yourself, like you wouldn't just invest in Bitcoin, you invest in hash power. Because even if you hold the Bitcoin, they could still attack, like the US could still decide to attack you through hash power. If they really wanted to, they could do that.
I think that's why.
As far as like if you're in a nation state level, like you have to think about
I
that.
like where you're going with this because I like how Simple Stacker I like why Simple Stacker brings this up too, where he says, yeah, he brings up the mining per country. So he does bring that up, Topher.
Yeah, you'd have to do both. You'd have to hedge your bets with Bitcoin and hash power.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. That's why I was wondering where the references is coming. It doesn't add up. Like I don't think they're actually thinking through like a Bitcoin lens. I think they're thinking through a fiat lens, trying to understand Bitcoin, but I don't think they're understanding it by the models that they're applying it. This is where they really have to like spend time in the ecosystem.
I would love to see this modeled. I just don't know if we really have like
What would
an accurate way to model this.
what would you recommend a person like this reads, Car, to get
maybe
to not make this
maybe probably what who would be probably the best companies to talk to?
should talk to a company, not like an author of one of the
Like about
Bitcoin
this
books.
subject?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we've really even talked about this. I'm sure somebody has. But
Yeah, trying to game theory it out.
well, it hasn't even happened yet. Like honestly, Bitcoin has had the smoothest sailing fucking ride. As far as like technologies that have threatened the establishment, like Bitcoin's had a smooth ride. Like we haven't really had a nation state attack against Bitcoin.
I think it's just because they're like slowly turning on they're just like boiling a frog kind of thing. So that's why I think it appears that way, at least in the United States.
I just think it hasn't imposed much of a threat to the establishment yet, and they perceive themselves as, and to a large extent they are, as being successful in kind of like quelching any peer-to-peer Bitcoin usage at scale, at least. It's most the Kevin Durant's of the world, which probably 95% of Bitcoin users are all KYC'd into some application or exchange. So what risk do they pose if they can call up Coinbase and ask them to freeze their assets?
Yeah, the gloves haven't come off yet, so
We're getting
I don't know how we would model.
I mean,
what is your risk when we haven't really seen like what that looks like in practice? Because like we haven't really, there hasn't been like a real war or attack against Bitcoin, so to speak. Like even China, like they banned Bitcoin mining, but they allowed all the miners to take their equipment and leave China and then come to the US. They could have seized all the equipment and just assumed all mining operations, but they didn't do that.
Good point.
So
Good
it's like
point,
we haven't
yeah.
seen like a real attack where like a nation state takes over the hash power. They try to control block production.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Look at how much hash China had. I didn't realize that, but in 2019 they had almost 80% of hash. That's so wild to me.
They gave it up.
Wow.
Idiots.
I think they're still mining though.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but like the government's a bunch of idiots over there. But
I think I was reading something recently that said Bitmain, when they overproduce miners, they actually end up mining themselves with them. So it's like they're constantly producing whether there's buyers or not.
Yeah.
Because in the worst case, they can just mine themselves.
Yeah, they got a good racket going over at Bitmain.
Yeah. Hopefully that ends soon.
It's crazy. They gave it all to America. Look at that.
Yeah, it all came
Texas, baby. Woo, doggy.
And Kazakhstan.
Gotta
go to Kazakhstan to start mining. Isn't that where
Borat got it?
It's a real country.
Fucking Borat.
It's a real country with real people.
Dude,
They're all like Borat. I met a woman from Kazakhstan once. We had her watch Borat. She did not like it.
Oh, she didn't like it? From my country. Cool stuff.
Isn't that one guy from Vlad? Isn't Vlad from Kazakhstan?
Romania.
Oh, he's from Romania.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, people in
Dots.
either Romania or
Double
Kazakhstan.
dots.
I don't know
Um,
countries.
No, I think he's told everybody he's from Romania. Cool.
Okay.
The
A lot of
next,
Bitcoiners in Romania.
the
Wonder why they
number,
don't mind.
the number one top story of the week is a brief history of the Satoshi. This is Scoresby, 7 comments, 5,701 cents. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, Scoresby tells us, or like charts the history of using the word Satoshi to represent the smallest unit of Bitcoin, 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. And apparently there was like no consensus on it. It just kind of emerged naturally from the depths of the Bitcoin talk forums. And he goes through all the kind of like the posts where it was like first mentioned, and I guess it's by this guy Rybuck, and I think he's trying to use it for some higher denomination of Bitcoin than a single Bitcoin. And then a bunch of other people mention it over the years too in other contexts. Luke Dasher even comments in a thread involving these denominations, praising the imperial measuring system. Sort of just a fun fact in there, but I think that it really I think the first usage of it appearing to be 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin is somewhere down in there after the Luke Dasher tweet.
Well, it was Rybuck.
Well,
Yeah.
Rybuck first mentions it, but he doesn't mention it for 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. It's like,
Oh yeah, it was a millionth. Okay.
yeah, which we now call a bit, I believe. And it's this guy. This guy did it.
Marcus of Augustus.
Marcus of Augustus is
Good name.
Yeah, yeah. It's good at naming things, perhaps, because he has his own pseudonym.
Oh, so he's the one that named
pretty
it?
fire.
Or-
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's where it came up, and this was what year? 2011.
Oh,
So we had the name in 2011.
beautiful. I love that.
That's when we began using it.
I love that. And then that's when we started using it. Then what's this?
And then he Scoresby charts like few other encounters where people are mentioning it as if it had always existed, had always been named that way, basically.
Dude, I feel like for me, like if I would have never known Satoshi's existed, I would have never bought my first Bitcoin. I think that was like why I thought I could buy a whole Bitcoin one day, was because I heard of Satoshi's. To be honest, that's how I was able to convince myself that I could afford one Bitcoin one day.
Yeah, it helped you get over your unit bias.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says it in here. There's, I think it might have been Marcus Augustus, but it said, you don't need to look after your Bitcoin. You just need to worry about your Satoshis, and your Bitcoin will look after itself. It's up there in bolds.
Yeah.
Big bolds. What is it here? Yeah. Look after your Satoshis and the Bitcoins will look after themselves, which is a great quote. I'm surprised we don't have
Cool.
that isn't repeated, because it fights the unit bias.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
With Stacker say, I got top comment from
Darthcoin.
Oh, was it from Darthcoin? He said, I have a simple rule. When I deal with on-chain transactions, all my wallet apps are set for BTC. When I deal with Lightning payments, all my wallet are set to cents. This way you'll never get confused, mislead, or scammed, or do mistakes that cost you. Exactly. That's what I do. Topher, what do you think about all this stuff? Satoshi's, or what's the other one they're trying to do? What's the European version they're trying to do?
No, John Carvalho.
The European version. What are they trying to do?
John Carvalho's the European version. He's trying to rename Satoshi's Bitcoin.
Cool. Keep that in Europe. That's what I think.
Oh, what about you, Topher? Do you have an
Satoshi's all the way.
Okay.
I think I've realized there's like the Satoshi's America, and then there's like the European. This is like I think this is more millimeters. What is that? The inches and the
meters versus the imperial.
I think this is what
metric.
I think this has more to do with that than it does have to do with actual like anything else.
I think it's just people trying to middle manage Bitcoin to death.
No, I actually think it has more to do with like a European versus like a American Southern Hemisphere. Wait, not Southern Hemisphere. Western Hemisphere.
So we'll
Western
have like
Hemisphere, Eastern
so we'll have
Hemisphere.
like a kilo Bitcoin and a milli Bitcoin.
I actually think so. Like I wouldn't be surprised. It has more to do with that kind of logic than anything else. This is where my spidey sense.
Yeah, there may be overthinking units.
Because I think it probably makes
it's in
more
their
sense
blood.
for them because they're Europeans and like they think in kilometers and shit, and we're Americans, we think in miles.
If you really believe
Because
that,
what's longer, a mile or a kilometer? I don't know.
Does it matter? We're winning.
yeah,
This is where I feel like Satoshis feel much more. So of course we want much more. Why would we want anything less?
if he really wanted to change it, he could change it in the source code.
I
Because
know
a
that-
coin is still 100 million Satoshi.
I will say one thing. I do like the little B, the logo B or whatever. So I don't mind that as the logo, but I think you should let it.
Oh
be.
yeah, you were flip flopping last night.
Well, I do like the B. I do like the B logo. Like I don't mind that. I think that was like if there's anything, I like the B logo. I just don't like it not being called Satoshis. Does that make sense?
But why not just like a lightning bolt?
I like that too.
Because the cool thing about Sats is you have Satoshis. It emerged organically. You have the name of the creator in there. You can
Exactly.
shorten it. Sats it rolls off the tongue.
It does roll off the tongue.
And
Sling me some sats.
we have the little lightning bolt, which is an emoji. So we don't need to like wait for some organizational body to approve a currency emoji for Bitcoin. We just fucking we already have an emoji.
I think we should use the $sign personally, but
For Bitcoin?
yeah.
For
For
like with a B?
Satoshis. For Satoshis.
I know.
No,
You have
just
it,
the $sign.
You have it up
for
here at the
Satoshis.
top. I can't.
That's
zoom in.
confusing.
I know. But
That's fucking
but
confusing.
Austin
what
wants-
I want.
Austin
I think
wants to
that's
say
'cause
something.
I'm like living.
Come here,
100
Austin.
years
You want
in the
to? Come
future.
here. You want to say something? Give him the mic.
He doesn't want.
I don't know what you're talking. I thought you were talking about the denomination.
Yeah, we're talking about the denomination.
Yeah. This is what I want to talk about. Fuck op return. Let's talk about this.
I mean, honestly, this is like
Give him the mic. Give him the mic. He can't hear him.
Argument. Bitcoin developers need something to do. Might as well change the units, change the filters, right? We gotta stay employed. I mean, that's my only point.
Okay.
Dang, coming in
not a bad
hot.
point.
Coming in hot. He was in the pleb dev's office. Now he's coming out of the hot box.
It's true. There's nothing going on in Bitcoin except dumb debates like this.
I mean, like, when was the last so I think of like full RBF. That was like a meaningful kind of change that we argued about in a similar manner. So there's still going to be those, but in maybe this, I don't know if the Satoshis are it. Maybe in the future, maybe when Bitcoin is at such a high price, or we start to actually struggle with the units as we're, hitting mass adoption. But right now we're like, I don't know, bike shedding. Is that or grasping for straws?
I don't know. Jack Dorsey thought it was important. Maybe maybe he has a hand on the pulse.
Yeah, and so there, like, maybe I would like to see like a really good argument from like, hey, we've got all this data, we did all of these user tests, we're deploying Bitcoin payments at scale larger than anyone. Here's a sound argument for why these units are better, or they're this better conversion rate.
True. It looks like it was kind of top down and not researched based on what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
this post isn't really about that. It's just about the history of the Satoshi naming, but we started to talk about it.
See, Satoshis actually have a history, whereas just renaming it to Bitcoin just erases all of that history.
Yeah, I my pleb spidey sense tells me that they're trying to remove Satoshi from the name Bitcoin. So there's no kind of cypherpunk movement anymore attached to Bitcoin. It becomes more palatable to the masses.
We should just cut up. We should get Wumbo to cut up every time you say Spidey sense and just all the stuff that comes after. Car Spidey sense.
Pleb spidey
Yeah,
sense. This is
it's
pleb
just,
spidey sense. And so like this is where I think this
Convolution.
is more of like it's trying to appear more to the masses and global mass adoption, which is fine. But let's just be honest about these things. Like that's all I'm saying, because that's what I think's really going on. It's like we need to call them bits, so that way it's more palatable to the masses. Let's call it bits. Cool. Let's have that conversation now instead of having the conversation of like, oh, this is better because of this. It's like, no, it's not, dude.
I am remembering Andreas on Joe Rogan, like the first time in 2014. He's talking bits. He's saying like, oh, this is actually bits and millibits, which I think is documented in Mastering Bitcoin as well. He's like, oh, I sent you, I'm sending you 100 bits. And oh, no, that's 100 millibits or something like that. So that's kind of
Andre's also a shitcoiner now, so
kind of interesting. Andreas is the original shit.
I think Jimmy Song is also also likes the name Bits. He's pro Bits.
Not
I think
Jimmy.
I think it's a period of
Jimmy.
time that you were in Bitcoin.
Not Jimmy. Don't
And-
tell me Jimmy.
And it was 2013. I think he's in favor of Bits. I think he wanted
Until
to rename Satoshi.
Until I
to
see a
Bits.
vlog post by him
But I think
with some really sound arguments around it, then I'll listen.
Why not just say sats? Why is
I know,
it so
what is-
hard?
Yeah, what's so wrong with
Well,
sats?
we're like in it. I think is the argument.
We have dollars and cents. So why can't we
all
have
the-
Bitcoin
look,
and sats?
I'll tell you another reason why it doesn't make any sense. All these guys that we're talking about, they don't even use Lightning. So I don't think they get a vote. Like personally, if I'm being completely honest, like we at least use Lightning.
Well, we talked to Dorsey. You know,
Yeah.
their company uses Lightning.
Okay, Dorsey does use Lightning.
Airlog, Bitcoin Airlog. John Carvalho, his company is building a Lightning wallet.
Sure. Okay.
So we just gonna have like
2 for 30.
2.1 quadrillion Bitcoins? Is that like what we're moving to?
That's what they want. Yeah.
I just feel like
Fuck
it.
that.
I just feel like it defaces the bits.
It totally
thing. It
does.
just like it makes look like other bits in the internet and
Like
doesn't.
there's history here. You should embrace that history. You
Look at
should
all
try
this
to
history.
fucking erase it.
Look at all this
sanitize it.
Look at
Yeah,
all
but
this
then you
This
history.
is all corporate bullshit.
You have to educate people on the history, and that's maybe inconvenient if you're like
Look at this history. You're in.
you're running an exchange and you want people to feel like they're getting a lot of something
Yeah,
rather than a fraction of something.
I'm saying sats, baby.
No.
Are you moving? When are you?
I mean,
moving? When are you moving to bits? It sounds like you're about to.
Yeah,
make an
it's
announcement.
Stacker.News.
So we're gonna call it
Gonna
Stacker,
move to-
Stacker Bits. Are we calling it
I'm
Stacker
prone
Bits?
to playing devil's advocate. I like sats, obviously. So
We
Okay,
just call
so-
them cowboy credits.
Cowboy Bits.
There we go.
Cowboy Bits. Now are we? That's what we're doing.
I'd be in support of
I-
that. I
I-
should make.
Bits are cool. That
Yeah,
doesn't even
bits.
sound right.
I want to go back to my point of like, okay, where's the data, right? Because there's lots of arguments, but
Exactly.
like, let's bring some data into the picture, and then also just as a principle, the burden of proof, the burden of you should do something should be on the person trying to make a change. So it's like, come with data,
Not with seniority.
right? But then also
Yeah.
probably come with first of all, a spec that is like backwards compatible.
Well,
That
he
would
has the
maybe
spec.
allow
Well,
exchanges to opt
to
into
Carvalho's,
this
to
other.
Carvalho's credit, he does have a spec, but he doesn't actually.
And to be fair, I haven't fully read the spec, so maybe he considers like backwards
No,
compatibility.
we've talked about that. I've had him on the podcast. We've talked about this before. That's not the problem. I'm just saying, like, he doesn't actually have what you're talking about, the data. He just has a spec.
Fair enough, and like, hey, maybe he just doesn't have access to the data. Like, whatever, they have their BitKit wallet data, but this is where Jack could step in, and it's like, look, if there was a backwards compatible spec and exchanges decide they want to opt into it.
Dude, Cash App is making like $4 billion a year. No, they're fine. I'm trusting.
that's like,
they have the data.
Hey, that's just my devil's advocate position.
No,
That's for
no,
me where it'd be like
I'm-
acceptable.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying if they have $4 billion, they make $4 billion a year. They have the data. They could put that together. They could make a River thing like River does. So, yeah, I agree with you. They could do that. Send all your feedback to bitcoinerrorlog@gmail.com.
Plebdev@pleblab.com.
There you go.
Fuck bits. Fuck the BIP. Fuck focus groups. I don't care what a focus group says about it. I know you're playing devil's advocate.
Bring it,
But,
bring it to Bitcoin
fuck
Talk
focus
if you want to
groups.
change the name.
I think
Sailor was right. Sailor was
Oh,
right.
here we go.
If you funding people trying to do the best thing for Bitcoin will probably kill Bitcoin, because like now we just have all this middle manager bullshit happening. It's like nothing real is being developed right now. It's just all middle manager bullshit. Arguing about op return, arguing about are we going to call it sats or bits or Bitcoin. Fuck all of this shit. We need like a Steve Jobs to come into Bitcoin. Just like fuck what the user thinks. They don't know what they want. I know what the user wants. Like you need that kind of alpha
Oh, man.
to just like put shit out there.
So-
Dude, like sats is like you got the culture, you got the sex appeal, like it's already established. All the builders use it. Like why would you want to rip that out and do some middle manager shit and just like rip it out? We're going to change it to Bitcoin because our focus group
they're
said
trying to make it.
that
they're trying-
stats are scary.
My pleb spidey sense tells me they're trying to make it palatable to the masses. That's why it's not buttoned up, Topher.
Can you imagine what Bitcoin would be like if we tried to
Hey,
make it palatable to the masses?
We need to scale to 8 billion
Since the
people.
beginning.
Did you not get the memo? We need to scale to 8 billion people.
Fuck that memo.
Anyways,
Dude, 8 billion people can use it now. We have 2.1 quadrillion Satoshis. There's plenty of Satoshis to go around.
But if they were called Bitcoins, there'd be more to go around. Right? That's the argument. I don't know.
Yes.
We need to rename Benjamins to dollars. So now if I have a dollar, I feel like I have a Benjamin now, you know, because dollars is just not enough in this economy. It's just not enough to have a dollar.
Yeah.
So we rename it to Benjamins, and now I feel like I have a stack of Benjamins in my wallet.
We should just call a dollar $100.
Yeah, why not?
Why
You got to keep up with inflation.
So you're saying this is like the pizza argument about Bitcoin? Yeah, this actually is the whole pizza. Wasn't this
similar?
This is what they used to give Vitalik shit about, didn't they? About the pizza thing where they would say, "Oh, you can just cut it into slices." Remember? They used to give Vitalik shit about that. Oh man, dude. Oh man, this is a disappointing cycle for a lot of reasons. Anyways, that's all the top stories this week. The number, that's not the number one. Yeah, that's all the top stories this week. We're gonna jump into AI Bitcoin segment. This is This Week in AI. Optimism posted This Week in AI for September 8th through the 14th. Scoresby shared an interesting post. I don't know if you saw this one about the 5,000 podcasts. Apparently, there's some interesting data from the Hollywood Reporter that shows that the use of AI to mass produce podcasts reduce costs per episode to $1, turns successful podcasts into influencers and profit. So basically, they're just like putting out all these shows with AI, and they're just like kind of dumping them on people, and then they're just sourcing these advertising fiat dollars.
Yeah, and people are listening to them, they're making money from them.
Yeah. Really interesting stuff. I wanted to bring up a couple, which was this one. This was interesting. The one that you posted about Open AIDS version 1.
Alter Ego gives
I don't know if you saw this.
Only for the thoughts you want to share.
Did you see this?
I shared the story.
It's called Alter Ego. It's you'll love this, Topher.
Let me show you.
It allows you to.
Seen it? Haven't you seen this?
Oh, you want to explain it, Keyan?
Yeah, it's where it like reads your thoughts, or you like you have like sub vocalizations, and it can measure.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for this.
so like without talking, you are communicating, like with a chat bot, basically, and it can communicate with other people having the same wearable. Is the claim.
This technology was prophesized in Metal Gear Solid 2. Or Metal Gear Solid 1. One of the Metal Gears. I think it was Metal Gear Solid 2. But yeah, like they would have something that like reads their vocal cords, because when you're thinking about speech, you're still like activating your vocal cords.
Yeah.
So you just need to tap into that and then convert that into something that you can like actually communicate and transmit electronically. Yeah. So I've just been.
So what's the technology? So what's the technology, Topher?
Well, I don't know how they're doing it.
I think they're measuring something in a certain region of the brain, and possibly like facial muscles, like activity in facial muscles.
Okay, because when I saw this earlier today, because I was going to put this in, we're going to talk about it. I call somewhat BS to this. Hear me out. Also, pleb Spidey sense. Cut it. Now, hear me out. So when you watch him talk, I feel like this is a ventriloquist trick. So look at his throat. I feel like he's still doing the facial muscle like trick where he's like saying, he's like, where do you want to go for lunch? But he's not actually speaking it. The other guy's talking with this.
No, that's it.
This thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're actually getting the data from. And it's probably not 100% correct. And then if you see that little thin wire that's coming from him and it goes underneath the chair, it's probably hooked up to a big ass computer. Like you can see the wire go underneath. All that to say, like, it's not telepathic. It's not even near telepathic. And I think this is just more fluff than hype. Just so people don't think like we're at freaking Looper yet, where you can like spin a quarter and shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
mean, not telekinesis, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it depends how you define telepathic.
I can read your mind from here.
Like, what do you mean by reading my mind?
Or I can send you a message
because
from here.
My mind controls all my muscles. So can you read my mind if my mind controls my mouth to say things? Like how silly do you want to get with it?
Let's try this right now. What number am I thinking of?
5.
No. Now let me guess for you. You pick a number right now.
Okay.
1 through 10.
Okay.
You got one?
Uh-huh.
7.
No.
See, doesn't work.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So, but with this head on.
But the
this-
thing is like, so if you asked me what number was I thinking, and then I were to speak it, but without sound, like I'm just sort of using my vocal cords, but not actually making speech, like, and then you had some device that would pick up on that wherever, whether it's picking it up on my throat or picking up in my brain connected to my throat. Like, is that still telepathy? Like you're just hijacking the vocal cords to read out like what a person would be saying, but it is coming from your mind. But is it telepathy? Like, is it what you would consider telepathy versus you're reading the muscle movements to a person's vocal cords?
I do think you can get to telepathy already just by knowing somebody over a course of like time. Like I would argue, I don't know if you can read your wife's mind, but I would say after you spend time with an individual for long enough, like you could probably have a conversation with them where you could probably know what they're thinking.
Yeah, like theory of mind. Like you can actually model somebody else's mind because you just know them well enough that you know what they would think.
But you still couldn't guess the number that's in their head.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, if they had like a favorite number.
Anyways, I just thought it was an interesting post. Keyan, did you have anything else on this?
No, but I do think you're right that it is probably overhyped because they're pursuing probably a large fundraising round. You can heavily produce video. They're probably trying to go to like a very large VCs and get a bunch of money, just lots of it.
Cool. The next AI wave or telepathy. Maybe we'll see more telepathy startups.
I think there was another one. I think it's mostly in the phase right now where we're going to mock it for 10 years, and then everyone's going to be using it.
Yeah, just like AI. Yeah, right.
We're all going to lose the ability to speak, and then 100,000 years from now, none of us will have mouths because we don't need them. We're just using these devices.
No one talks.
Yeah, no one. There's no need anymore because we're just communicating.
It's just a bunch of tizzards, just like
full tizzards. That'll be the only one that survives, dude.
Yeah, you won't need tiz whispers anymore. It'll just be full tizzard.
Oh no, you still need tiz whispers.
No, because
like they need to be told what to do.
Oh, so it'll be more. No, tiz
whispers just won't.
Oh yeah.
It just won't be whispering. There won't be.
What's the other one between a tiz and a? What's the other one?
There's Riz.
Yeah, so maybe the tiz it'll be a Riz whisperer. So the tiz will become the Riz whisperer, right?
Oh yeah, but that'll be terrible.
Yeah, so the tizzards will Riz whispering.
You don't want either of those guys in control. You kind of you want the main characters because they're not oriented too far one way or another. If they got the right amount of Riz, the right amount of tiz, and they're going to keep the world balanced. It's like the Force. It's like Star Wars.
People who are watching this show for the first time, they're like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Riz is like the dark side, and then tiz are like
Riz
Jedis.
is the dark side.
I think Riz is the dark side. That's where all the con people were in the Riz versus tiz thing.
Go back a couple
full
episodes.
Riz, no tiz.
Go back a couple episodes.
But you add a little tiz and they become good.
Go back a couple episodes and you'll see what we're talking about.
It's a great.
Or I think it's actually clipped in the thing. You think these guys are tizzards or?
Oh, definitely. I would guess they got a blend, but
he looks like
he's more Rizzy. I think he's
Rizzy. Yeah.
He's more Rizzy. The other guy's more tizzy for sure.
Not with that soy face. Come on.
You don't think he's that Rizzy?
Which one? The one on the right?
Well, the guy from before, the white guy.
This guy, the Indian.
I didn't catch him.
I don't know if this guy's Indian, but he very well could be.
Maybe they have that like weird Zoomer fro hairstyle going on. So
he looks full tiz on the right side. This guy right here.
Oh no, he's not full tiz though. He's got a little Riz in him. Look at he's got his head's like.
I think he just
his hair is like perfectly disheveled.
Your hair looks like that. He just woke up.
No, he made it look like that though. He has like hair wax.
Dude, that's how you know when people are full tizzards. It's because their hair is like messed up.
Because Topher doesn't have a mohawk.
He might be Riz.
No, I think he's not. He's mostly tiz, but he's got some Riz to him. So he's probably
in the middle.
I would guess he's high tiz and like medium Riz. So he's probably around cracked somewhere.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to bring that up, and then the The other one was the Apple latest bid to purchase Perplexity. Did you see this?
I imagine so. That they, this is what these companies do with these large treasuries.
Yeah. They haven't said if they're gonna buy it yet, but they did talk about how one of their AI people has left. I don't think it's in this post.
To go to Perplexity?
No, so one of the top like AI people of Apple has left recently.
Very recently?
Like last Friday recently. And so they're like in scramble mode apparently. Anyways, and then they're just unable to like execute yet. And then they just released the new iPhone this week, or was it last week? Last week. And so they're just like, they're behind.
A friend of mine was friends with one of the children of the person who made Siri. Like, a Siri was an acquisition for Apple.
Yeah.
And I think they paid hundreds of millions of dollars. And
Yeah.
instead they were just, I think he said he went to their house and it was just retarded. It was just
What do you
like,
mean? That doesn't
like
make any
no,
sense.
just like big and rich, just like retarded big.
It's like when Microsoft bought Minecraft, and then so Notch bought like an $80 million house, and I think he sold it to like P. Diddy and Beyonce or something. Or no, wait, was it Jay-Z and Beyonce? Like, yeah, he just like sold it to some like famous rap couple.
But like, so he just bought it and then sold
He
it
just bought an $80 million freaking compound
for no reason.
Yeah, Notch, like the creator of Minecraft.
Oh, he bought it from them.
Because Minecraft was bought for like $2 billion or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he was just like, and it was created by him. Like, he was the developer of that game, and then Microsoft just fucking
I don't
bought
understand why you would have all that money and then just buy it on stuff. That never really made sense to me.
Well, it's not, he didn't spend all the money. He only spent $80 million.
Yeah.
That was like 5% of his money, which is less than most people's net worth that they spend on their own.
I feel like I would just use that money to change the world. That's what I would.
I think it's harder to change the world, even with a lot of money, than most people think. Look at all the rich people who don't do anything, right? Is that not a sign to you that maybe changing the world?
I think because they're trying to change the world for bad. I think that's why. I mean, look at Bill Gates.
So they got the money despite them being evil?
I think they got the money because they were evil.
I see. You think?
I think Bill Gates is a perfect example of that, right?
No, I don't think Bill Gates is evil. I think we have a different view of.
So you don't.
I think Bill Gates is evil.
Do you think Bill Gates is evil? I feel like he's pretty. His wife left him because he was evil. I mean, it's pretty much.
Did she say that?
Yeah, dude. She went on like record and like she left out a lot of stuff about the Epstein stuff, but she went on like this whole thing and it's pretty bad.
I don't know, man, but he did some very horrible things in India. And just for the stuff he did in India alone, I would say
he's definitely not a good person. Maybe he's not evil, but he's definitely not a good person.
Yeah, I would say he's extremely ambitious and self-centered. I don't know about evil. Evil is like, I think someone, I associate it with like sadism, where he's like trying to harm people for his own pleasure.
Yeah, I don't know if he's tried to harm people. I don't know if he's a lizard person.
Yeah,
I just don't. I haven't looked enough into him.
Maybe he's not that anymore, but he definitely was that in 2020 and 2021, though, for sure. Yeah,
the vaccine stuff's very creepy.
Even the stuff that Steve Jobs would say about him too was kind of refreshing. Sometimes I don't know if you remember the comments that he would say about Bill Gates. He would be like, this is what it's like when you have, or using Apple is like is refreshing to people like Bill because he's in hell or something like that.
Yeah, but he meant like aesthetically.
Did he?
I don't know. Also, Steve is high riz, so he's going to spin a narrative in his favor rather than maybe saying the literal truth like a Tiz would.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's all the AI stuff. Let's jump into Wumble's picks. Wumble's picks. Keyan.
Yeah, so Wumbo wants us to talk a little bit about simple Taproot channels because Socratic wrote a little guide. They pulled out OpReturn, which has a page on simple Taproot channels. But simple Taproot channels shipped, I believe, in v0.17 of LND, and they allow you to create an unannounced simple Taproot channel. As of yet, you cannot create a public Taproot channel because Lightning's gossip does not support it. I think they're still working on that along with some of the other proposals. The main benefit you get from simple Taproot channels over your normal Lightning channels, despite the obvious disadvantages of them having to be unannounced, is primarily privacy and on-chain footprint based. And so if you open an unannounced simple Taproot channel, you and your channel partner do everything cooperatively. For anyone observing your Lightning channel on chain, it looks like a normal Bitcoin spend. It doesn't look like it's like not the explicit multi-sig that current Lightning channels or normal Lightning channels are. And so you wouldn't know that it's a Lightning channel. And then because it's aggregating signatures, 2 signatures into one, it looks like just a single sig on chain. And so that is the main advantage, is you save on-chain fees and you get better privacy because you have a bigger anonymity set, because it looks like a normal Bitcoin spend and not a Lightning channel. Because currently, if you go to something like a blockchain explorer like mempool.space, you can tell they will say when a Bitcoin transaction includes a Lightning channel open or close or anything, but they cannot do the same for Taproot channels, as far as I understand. Do you have anything more to say about that, Topher? I'm not the on-chain wizard that you are.
Of what, for simple Taproot channels?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Yeah. Well, it's just I guess I don't have a question exactly, but they're using Musig 2, which uses Schnorr's signature aggregation to make a multi-sig look like a single sig.
Yep.
Okay. And that's
about it.
That's about it, right? There's nothing more than that.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. But you can go around. That's the main advantage. So if you are running a Lightning node and you're just like a normal pleb Lightning node runner, and you plan on and you care about your privacy and you plan on only opening unannounced, like private channels, there's no need, you have no need to have a public channel. You're not planning on routing, basically, is the reason why you would only open private channels. You're just planning on sending and accepting Bitcoin payments. You can only do private. You can choose to only do private channels. You might want to use simple Taproot channels, which I believe only LND supports, because you get these on-chain savings benefits, and then you also get this privacy benefit as well. I think there might also be other benefits to it. I think, given that it's using Taproot, I think that you don't have to have like a channel reserve, and there are some other advantages like that. But usage isn't like, we don't know about usage because these channels are unannounced, and the other implementations haven't launched them yet. But these are all everyone, I think there's like a spec that is evolving, and other implementations will get them soon. And then we get a bunch of other enormous benefits from Taproot channels when they're widely deployed. But Taproot channels widely deployed will require a very large adoption, because they are incompatible. I think they're fully incompatible with an HTLC network.
Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin Optech has is this an article on it, Keyan?
It's a short summary and then a link to a bunch of like dev related things, like the PR for the Bolt, talking to Claire about it. But as far as I know, the spec is evolving. I think they're like actively amending the spec to support different use cases. But I think the main reason LND came out with simple Taproot channels first is because they were required to support Taproot assets.
So is Eclair the only other implementation that's going to implement this?
No, I think all of them they're all working on the spec together. And so they all plan on doing this because this will unlock this thing called PTLCs, which have been talked about a lot in Lightning, and they offer a lot more diversity of primarily privacy, but I believe also they unlock a bunch of scripting capabilities around Lightning that will allow for Lightning to be used in more diverse use cases. Because right now it's like we have a relatively dumb locking mechanism. that you can't do interesting things with. And I think when we get PTLCs, we'll be able to do cooler things. In addition to the privacy benefit of like, basically you have everyone on a Lightning route sharing the same secret, which is bad. And PTLCs will avoid that. But everyone wants the PTLC future for the Lightning Network. So we'll eventually get there. Do you have any news on PTLCs that I don't at my surface level on?
I mean, they're very well understood, like how it's going to work. So it's just a matter of adoption. It's getting it out there.
Yeah, I don't think they've even spec'd out PTLCs yet. Was my understanding from a recent delving post.
So how long will that take? It's like this is gonna be like another 3 years or something.
Yeah, it'll be a long time.
Oh, okay. So this is like splicing. What splicing was in 21, basically.
Yeah, but even a lot of implementation of splicing yet. Everyone. I mean, I think most implementations are probably mostly working on
Bolt 12
stuff and getting Bolt 12 ready. And then we have Lightning Labs, which has the most widely adopted Lightning implementation. They're primarily focused on the Taproot asset side. So I don't, and then this, I think a lot of people are avoiding the PTLC thing because it requires a whole network upgrade.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of a consensus change.
Yeah.
The closest analogy maybe we have to consensus and Lightning Network are basically the things that we share across channels, which are right now HTLCs, and in the future we hope to use PTLCs.
It would be a bifurcation of the Lightning Network because PTLC channels are fundamentally different than HTLC channels.
They're incompatible unless I guess maybe someone could come up with a way to make them somehow compatible. But
well, you could have HTLCs and PTLCs inside of a channel, but that's complicated. I don't know. I think it's just you need a champion to champion this, like Dusty.
Yeah, it was
champion splicing, and so that's large. I feel like he's the reason why splicing exists.
They used to make fun of him in the beginning, if I remember.
But he kept at it.
Yeah,
and it was funny because Core Lightning wasn't even the first implementation to do splicing.
We need somebody to get made fun of for PTLCs.
But he was the champion for splicing, and he made it happen.
Who was making fun of him?
Dude, spill the beans, Car.
I think that's besides the point. I think it just tells you that sometimes you need that one person to go out there and say PTLCs and then carry that flag. I think that's what Topher was saying.
Yeah, you need someone to champion it to get everyone to adopt it.
But you'll get ridiculed first.
Yeah, I think it's just a low priority for most of the Lightning implementations right now, is what it appears.
Yeah,
it appears they think investing in other areas of development is more important. Anyway, that is Simple Taproot channels, and I am Keyan with
your wizard.
He said he wanted this segment to be like the more you know. That we should come up with our own name for it and use the same animation. It doesn't communicate what's happening to the person, like the more
Womble's picks. I could do that instead. Womble's picks.
Yeah, we want the shooting star.
I can make a shooting star.
Okay.
Speaking of shooting stars, we're about to jump into 6102. What happened? Uh-oh. Pleb Poet's coming up here giving us shots. Is that what you're doing? I'll take a shot.
Up.
Yeah, I'll take one. It's been a while. We're about to get into it. So I found this 6102 Bitcoin post on Stacker.News. So I've been doing the SNL DVD.
All right, you're going back.
So I have to go back to like some of these things. And where is it at? Oh, it's over here. So I've had to go back and like look at some of these old clips, and we'll get into the DVD later. But what's interesting about this particular post is when I went back and looked at the SNL DVD and I was watching it, got to fix 2 edits on it. But the interesting thing is like this post came up because we were covering this like whatever year this was.
Really?
Yeah. And when I went to go click on it, it doesn't exist anymore. The website doesn't exist anymore. The Twitter account doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
Even the podcast that it's attached to doesn't exist anymore.
It had a podcast?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just kind of shows that like Stacker.News has a lot of old, really valuable posts. And this just goes back to what Carr was saying for the longest time on this podcast. we should have like a section on Stacker News. Maybe it's a territory that's just like a treasure trove
We do
posts.
that. We do the daily like the this day on Stacker News, which covers like the top posts every 4 years.
Yeah, but I think there should be like a
discovery page.
Yeah, just like of like the very high quality like stuff but just like a high quality post. This should be in one of them, but at this point the site's down. Anyway, I was able to pull the Wayback Machine, but that's I think after today it's probably going to be pulled. So get it while you still can.
Do you think it was pulled by the government?
But Spidey Sense tells me it's going to be pulled because this kind of just shows everything of what's going on.
Okay.
Anyway, Poet's about to give us some shots. But before I should mention this is 6102. Topher, do you want to explain what a 6102 is and where that comes from in Bitcoin?
6102 is the famous executive order that was issued by Richard Nixon to seize all of the gold.
All of the Bitcoin?
Oh, well, not yet. But
you think it'll be the same number? 6121 maybe.
Yeah, they need to do it like Nostr does. Like you got like maybe 6103 or
they'll just increment it?
Yeah, 26102.
Yeah, then
can I get another one?
You could see there's a history. That's kind of
so what's 6102 squared?
Oh.
So what's interesting about this? What's interesting about this is like everything that has been on this page has come exactly true. Basically. And so for the past 3-4 years since I think this came out in 2020, to be honest with you. And since 2020, for the past 5 years, this has come exactly to fruition. And the more you dive deeper into it, the more you realize that we're boiling the frog here. And so the reason I want to bring this up is because it's important to everything that's going on with 230, what's going on with the USDT, what's going on with all the stuff that we're seeing that's happening in the White House, what's going on with all the other stuff that's happening in the world. And it's just a timely post. And I think definitely Charlie Kirk stuff is really fascinating that's going on with that. So I think it's just people that listen to Stacker News, people that listen to Stacker News Live, people that are the stackers. I'm sharing this today because I think it's very valuable that you know this exists. And so it's for y'all. It's not for anybody else. No one else cares because they listen to other podcasts and they listen to other stuff. And so this is not for them. Anyways, with all that being said, the first point is how could a 6102 attack on Bitcoin look like? The first one is capture Bitcoin on and off ramps. So they're going to increase regulatory requirements. You're going to see that. And that's already, I would say they've done that. That's done. They're going to increase KYC verification. Complete. Also complete. I wish I could just go there with a check mark. Complete. They're going to increase use of chain surveillance. So this one, Topher, what do you think? Is that complete yet? Or do you think that's still ongoing?
So I don't know. Because they have like companies like Chainalysis, but they're terrible at their jobs. And people think of Chainalysis as like reading the blockchain.
Yeah.
But I think it's more than that. I think like you can't just read the blockchain.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be at where the payment processing is happening. So you want to be an exchange. You want to maybe be a Lightning node that's processing a lot of payments. You need to be
incestuous with the Lightning network, basically, or with the Bitcoin exchanges.
I think you have to run like an actual Bitcoin exchange service. So
yeah.
Like you're at the source.
Or if an exchange is using your service, you are collecting that data like a social media company collects a bunch of data on its users, and it's just like that data's mine.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're.
So I guess I think it's safe to say, Pleb Spidey Sense here, Carr saying this, is that it's safe to say there's probably companies amongst other Bitcoin companies that are doing some type of chain surveillance.
Oh yeah.
They're all doing it.
This is just wargaming. This is just Carr wargaming it out.
Regulated exchange. This is just chain surveillance.
This is just Carr wargaming it out. Don't get offended. Increasing ISP surveillance. So identify Bitcoiners based on internet usage, likely ongoing globally. What do you guys think about that? Increasing ISP surveillance?
No, yeah, we've talked about several posts about that have been covered by 0x1 BTC, I think, or something like that. But he it's called linking lion if you want to look into it, but it's like someone who on the Bitcoin peer-to-peer network is just like connecting to like people and then disconnecting. He's
Right.
basically just trying to probe kind of the network and get a view of it, but that's definitely happening too.
Yeah, so I think this is another one where it's checkbox. The next one is uncover peer-to-peer exchange surveillance. What do you guys think about that one? Do you think that's happening, or you think that's right back in 2020? This was possibly ongoing.
I believe so. I'd do it if I were.
Well, define peer-to-peer exchange.
Bisq, RoboSats, Peach.
So they're basically saying there's probably
Vexel.
already these services amongst us that are doing peer-to-peer exchange surveillance for basically the state that are posing as these kind of honeypots, basically.
Well, man, that's tough because first there's the capability. Do they have the capability to surveil? And then are they actually surveilling?
Yeah.
So it's undercover peer-to-peer exchange surveillance. I think this is possibly ongoing. My spidey sense tells me this is possibly ongoing. Obviously, I'm not going to point any fingers or anything like that. I'm just going to say I think it's ongoing based off of my vibes.
So I know that RoboSats has like a arbitration service. I don't know enough about it to know if they have like what their surveillance capabilities are.
Well,
Like,
no, it's not them monitoring. It's that people are joining these peer-to-peer exchanges and posing as traders, but they're mostly just trying to gather data. So it doesn't even involve RoboSats or Vexel or Peach like in the loop necessarily. It's primarily just you join as an average customer or user, but you're mostly there to just like get as much information as you possibly can in your trades, you know?
yeah, but when you're developing these platforms, you know, like what information is public and what information is not. And so there's already the expectation, anybody using a platform, that all of their offers are going to be public and that anybody can scrape those offers.
Yeah.
The question is like, can they actually monitor the trades? And so if you are monitoring the trades because you're a part of the trade, that's not scalable. I mean, you can only do one at a time if you're the trader and that's how you're monitoring. So
Yeah.
like you want to get in on the platform and monitor it from a platform level.
For sure.
Which I don't know. And I think RoboSats could do it because they're like a partner in every trade because of the arbitration that they have. But then maybe they structured it in a way where they don't know.
Well, they're federated now too. So that's another, at least it's somewhat fractured, whatever.
But it's the thing like with
I also don't
Phoenix,
think
if I use Phoenix for all my liquidity and I pay everybody through Phoenix and then everybody else uses Phoenix and Phenix sees everything that's going on.
If the services themselves are compromised, that's like another issue. But I think this is speaking to just being a buyer or a seller, being a market participant, and monitoring that way.
This is possibly ongoing. I'm just going to leave it as possibly ongoing. Mining regulation. So this was another one. Mandatory KYC licenses, whitelists. I don't think this has happened yet, right?
No, this hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, so we haven't gotten this yet.
Not mandatory.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot
actually,
of miners do opt in.
Didn't we have a story not too long ago where so many mining pools were using the template from Ant Pool? They were using the same template, and then B, like somebody did some research where they saw like that there were certain transactions that were on an OFAC list, and they were looking at like which miners included those in their block templates, and Ant Pool did not. And so then by extension, people that used Ant Pool's templates did not include these. Now it's not effective because Bitcoin mining is still decentralized enough that, you know, just one even a large player can't like prevent you from getting your transaction on chain. But like, I don't know, it's not overt, but there is something going on with like OFAC behind the scenes, and it is overt with Ethereum. Like Ethereum has like OFAC compliance.
Oh yeah,
it's like already a thing.
Yeah.
So
this is maybe hypothetical.
Yeah, I would be worried about it. I'd be worried about this more than anything else.
I feel like somebody should redo this website and then like do like a slider. Next one is restrict access to Bitcoin. So this is number 2, decreasing withdrawal limits. So dramatically increase time taking withdrawal from exchange. We've already seen this. I think this is complete checkbox, I would say, unless you guys disagree. We see so many Stacker News posts all the time from, oh, I can't withdraw.
Yeah.
So I think this is checkbox.
Yeah, I don't know about the globe. I mean, in the United States, it's like if you're on a custodial exchange,
But that's going to
you
change.
are KYC.
That's going to change soon once we
already.
get stable coins rolled out. You're going to see that in every. You're going to see that globally now next. So you're not going to be able to withdraw to a stable coin.
Certainly, most places in the globe, as far as I understand, require KYC they like adopt. There's a global body that kind of sets standards. I believe it's called.
This is why stable coins won't scale personally unless you is because of this kind of stuff. They're just going to turn off your wallet.
I think it's FATF. There's a global body that sets these kind of financial standards, and if any country is following those financial standards, which is like part of what you need to do to participate in a global financial economy, then you are KYCing anyone in a custodial context.
So the other one is closing accounts, boot users who are suspected of using Bitcoin for products, services that are not mainstream. Do we see that yet? I don't know if we see that yet.
Boot users who are suspected of using. I mean, I think
it's on a case-by-case basis, I feel like.
You get that a little bit with like a tainted address getting somehow you being in a custody chain.
Yeah.
With a tainted address. But
okay. So maybe that's maybe there. No withdrawal option. We haven't seen that yet. But we do see that with Robinhood, Revolut, and PayPal. You can't withdraw yet.
You can't
no. Or can you withdraw?
I think Robinhood allows you to withdraw Bitcoin.
Okay, so this has changed. So maybe it's just Revolut and PayPal.
Possibly even PayPal too. I think most of that was like technical lag, or they just weren't prioritizing it.
So withdrawal options there. User confirmed addresses. So require users to confirm withdrawals are to their own addresses.
Yeah, that definitely happened. That might have been. This might have been written around the time that law emerged, the like travel rule law in Europe emerged, where you have to basically dox your
address,
your off-chain or your off-exchange wallet.
User verified addresses. There you go there. And then let's go on to bans on self-custody. We're seeing them try this now. I don't know if you guys remember that, but we're seeing them try to ban self-custody. But I don't think that's going to go through.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
So this is where it gets to number 3. So basically, number 1, all of it has been done. Number 2, some of it has been done. They're not quite complete with number 2. Because basically what I'm saying is like this whole Wargames 6102, it's already complete number 1. Number 2 hasn't been fully complete yet. And number 3, we're not there yet, thank God. But maybe by the end of the decade. So number 3 is these could be automatically taken from custodial wallets. So basically this is where it comes back to Bitcoin already held by Bitcoiners. Users of self-custody would be told to disclose all XPubs and manually send the coins each year. Topher, you ready to send back your Bitcoin? Possibly rewards for anonymous tip-offs, which lead to recovery of Bitcoin from non-compliant individuals. Ready to be compliant, Topher? A yearly tax for your Bitcoin holdings. Unrealized capital gains. They actually tried this already.
I think it was on all assets, but yeah.
Bitcoin wealth tax. I think this is definitely going to happen.
These are all kind of the same. They're kind of using the same word. There's like different terms for the same thing.
And then a full 6102 government decrees that you have to surrender a percentage of all your Bitcoin, similar to the gold's executive order. So the conclusions to all this, stackers, if you're still listening, get your coins off the exchange, no KYC, user privacy improving tools. And yeah, once they put a gun to you, I don't think, and they use that, what's that they use that thought, what is that thought police app that we were talking about earlier? Once they do that, we're done for. Keyan? What do you think about this?
I think, yeah, this war game is, I don't like it. I mean, I like the, the layout is I think helpful, that you can kind of get through the full escalation, and it all seems pretty like common sense to me. And so that's pretty cool. I don't like the fact that it might happen. That's my high level thoughts on it.
Topher.
Hopefully that's satisfactory.
Topher, what do you think about all this?
Wargaming. I mean, you should be thinking about this all the time. As a Bitcoiner, this is all you think about day one.
Oh yeah. You wake up in the morning, this is like your homepage on your computer.
Yeah.
And you just read through it. And then you read
Well, this
through
is no
the
longer
original.
on the internet anymore, so.
Yeah, but you go through you've downloaded it already as a Bitcoiner. You wrote your own version. How it's going to happen to you.
Well, a lot of this is just dealing with exchanges. So you just don't deal with exchanges, and a lot of this doesn't apply to you.
Anyways, stackers, you've been warned.
Yeah,
Cool.
Stay away from exchanges.
We're going to jump into some happy stuff now. Stacker News Takeover TabComp 7. This was from Blockchain Boog. This is Meta. Keyan, what's going on here?
Yeah, so Blockchain Boog submitted, I think we talked about this a while ago. Blockchain Boog submitted to TabConf to have space for Stacker News. And
Coder Books.
he has been elected to have space for Stacker News at TabConf 7 in Atlanta, I believe October 13th through the 16th. And yeah, so we are going to do that. Scoresby and I have been planning some things. Blockchain Boog has been planning some things.
Oh, we're getting a circular table, it looks like.
And we're gonna try to make it fun. We're gonna try to make it not just a table that has like merch on it. We're gonna try to make it fun. We'll see what we can do, but that's what's up.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think we're gonna have the SNL DVD. So I'm working on that now. Almost have it complete. Pleb Poet's gonna have some zines and some what else are you gonna have? Some other stuff.
Should like rent out a movie theater. Play it.
Oh, you're not coming? Oh, she's not coming, but Blockchain Book will have all the zines. What else? I think that's about it. Cool. The other thing I wanted to bring up was this one. So I need help with the DVD menu. This is not what it looks like.
Oh, why not?
Oh, you like that one? That's funny.
I think it's pretty awesome, actually.
This is the default one. Actually.
Yeah, why not? I mean, no one is. It's not like someone has seen this 100 times. It's been like 30 years before.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll
everyone
leave
sees
it this one. I was gonna do this one because I thought it'd be funny to put like Stacker News on a DVD, like when you see it in your DVD player.
Oh, that'd
It would
fun,
be
too.
kind of funny, like, oh wow, I have Stacker News live on my DVD player. So I changed the thing with the DVD stuff. Some Easter eggs.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Anyways,
gotta do
if
this.
anybody has any ideas, let me know. Yeah, let me know. Other thing is Pleb Poet Zine came out. What is going on?
Here it is.
There you go. Can you tap it there?
Yeah. Hello. Here it is. I just finished it.
Whoa.
Hot. So this is hot. It's burning my hand right now. It's so hot off the press. We got classifieds back there on the back. Car didn't want to buy another classified, so there's 3 empty spaces.
You got too many customers.
I think we should have done a monthly, like I said.
We're doing weekly. And then there's a new crossword puzzle in there. I'll give you one of the clues right now. Let's see if you can come up with the answer. Okay, so this is an asset, I guess. No, I'm just going to read the clue. The clue is firmly fixed, pegged, and regulated.
Wow.
Any ideas?
Stablecoin.
That could
Sounds
be
like
right.
the dating profile.
That could be right.
Firmly fixed, pegged, and what was the other one? Regulated.
Regulated.
Dang.
But
Regular.
anyway, thanks everybody, and check it out. And yep.
2.
Thank you.
Car said 2.
How do we get the zine?
Right there. Purchase it.
There's a few links right there.
Click on the zine. There's a web version, but it takes time to load. Hey, there's Teddy. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
The
this.
world's most costly newsletter.
Look at these ads.
Simple, I like Simple Stackers ads. Help a brother out. Lost both hard drives during block size wars. Anything helps.
That's awesome. You know, it'd be funny if you did like traveling to the future.
That's what I was hoping for. It's
Yeah,
like a
like
lot of
like a funny like
fun classifieds.
I'm from the future. Send help.
Dude,
Please.
I will totally do this next time.
Yeah, you
This
should.
is fun.
She
You get to see it in print.
this is good.
Man,
Good
look at that. You
stuff.
got trips.
Oh, we don't want to give it all away, so you got to buy it. You got to buy this.
you don't
thing.
buy
Yeah,
it.
it's so hot.
You can
Look
also
at
print
this.
it yourself at home if you want.
Or you could just buy it.
What is that number for? The hashtag number.
Which one?
That one.
That's what somebody wanted to print. I don't know. That's what I post.
It's probably like a secret code.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe they're
Oh, interesting.
It's probably like a drop,
Here.
location. It's like GPS coordinates encoded in there.
I'm not sure what it is, but I imagine that it is a Stacker News post, so that they wanted to direct you to that post.
That makes a lot more sense, actually.
Do you want to try it? See what post it
post
is?
Yeah, let's try it. Kind of curious now.
Here, remember the number.
Okay.
You have over 1 million
Two,
posts.
222
7.
712.
Indeed.
Cool, Darth coin.
Now works. Did we get the number right though?
I don't know. Did we get the number right? We can't tell. But
122712.
I guess that
three
means
twos. 1222 712.
3 twos.
Yeah.
Yep, 1222.
Oh, that's funny how it landed on Darth.
Shout out to Darth coin.
I think half the posts. on
TBA
Stacker
probably
News.
has more comments than anyone.
Oh wow. Dang.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Oh shit!
I didn't see this post. I'm gonna have to read this.
Stackers. This is why you get the zine. More alpha that we can't talk about on the show because it's how did they do it back in the day with the cents?
What? I don't know.
You know
that's-
this stuff,
That
the
seemed pretty spicy.
American Revolution, how they do it when they shared these cents pamphlet cents.
Somebody was on a horse and he was saying, the zine is coming.
Yeah, this is somebody on a horse sharing the zine stuff. You can only
But we're in a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what the British would be doing, or this is what the Americans.
I
would
mean,
be doing if the British
this is
were invading.
technically
They'd be
kind of this is
having a podcast.
technically the same thing. Maybe
Yeah, we're
like,
Paul Revere.
maybe this
of
is
this
what that is.
paper.
Maybe you have a podcast and you release like a paper version, and to actually get the alpha, the real alpha, is the paper version, the Federalist Papers. Yeah, this is kind of smart, Keyan. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah. Federalist Papers. They were just circulating them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny,
Second people could read.
it's funny how history is repeating itself. Cool stuff. The other stuff is and then we just got the Top Cowboys, baby. Let's go to the Top Cowboys. This is the most popular segment in Bitcoin. Turns out that it's so popular that they're showing up on Predex to make bets now. So we might see some actual stuff
I've had a
moving.
bunch of Bitcoin celebrities. A sailor reached out to me. He's like, "How do I get on this segment?" I'm like, "Sorry, buddy, you can't afford it." That's what I told
Actually, he
him.
could afford it. Actually, he could afford it.
You don't know what it costs.
Wait, how did
'cause
Siggy-
you're not on this list?
How did
so.
Siggy dethrone you?
He's
he
always
always been
he's
number
always
one?
been ahead of me.
Maybe I just had two
Yeah.
tequilas, so I probably did.
Yeah, you might be like mixing it up. You know, like they're
Oh.
blurring over
Blurring
each
it.
other.
Then we got Undisciplined number 3, Blockchain Boo, Grey Ruby.
I think someone might have dropped out. I don't know who though.
No, I don't think so.
I think they might have.
Yeah, looks the same.
I think there was one that dropped out. I thought they were talking
Scoresby,
about it.
12. No, it looks the same.
All right.
That's smooth. Where'd you get that from, the tequila?
Ocho?
Oh, nice.
On Brazos, is that place?
There's one by my.
It's really good.
Oh, okay.
It's really smooth. Now, strangely, I feel like eating fajitas. Yeah, I feel like going to go get some fajitas and a margarita. Anyways, Bell Curve, Real Bitcoin Dougie, Simple Stacker, EK, Free TX, Mega Dreamer, Solomon Satoshi, 0x Bitcoiner, Justin Shocknet, coming out with all the shocking comments on Stacker News. Gotta love it. Oh, even I'm moving up. 36 now. What else do we got? Keyan, you see anything you see here? Even Cascader's back.
Oh yeah, they've been calling out Chadbot.
Oh, nice. We got Ben the Carmen's back, 51.
He's been going up slowly.
I think he's trying to get back in here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Pl-
You always thought you were always calling out Ben to be a dark horse.
I love Ben. He's like one of my
Turned out to
favorite.
be a light horse.
Ben Carmen's like one of my favorite Bitcoin developers.
Okay.
Besides you guys.
I feel like that was like you were just doing charity work there.
No, I love you guys. Are you kidding me? Max Webster. We got It's Real Fake, Byzantine, TN Snacker, RD Clark, Team Up Plub,
Bounty Hunters there.
Bounty Hunter. You know what Team is? No, what's that?
It's like Chinese Amazon.
But
Didn't know
cheaper
We got Sooks.
and more exploitive.
Sooks. And that's it. Oh, you were. I don't know. I didn't see you actually. Did you not show up this week?
You should have got it back.
Yeah, I didn't see her. She's not in here.
Oh, there I am.
Oh, right there. Plep poet.
Good
Boom.
number.
What did you post this week? Just the zine?
Yep.
Dang, he doesn't even zap you. Look at that.
What she just posts all her work stuff. No, I posted her this one.
Carter's the one who's.
I mean, I wish you had posted.
Let's
something.
go look.
Well,
Oh
I
no,
mean,
looks
look,
like
I
he
did,
did not
look.
know.
Boom.
Well, nope. There's the you can see that
Look, right here. Boom, 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 boom.
Those are it's like 1 in 20.
Posted that one.
Okay.
Yeah, look, we'll keep going.
Better than
I
nothing, I
posted
guess.
that one. Look, I keep.
Oh, he zapped you not smoking weed.
I post. Look, I
He's
zap
supportive
you
of
all the
that.
time.
He did give you 1,000 sats a couple times.
Boom. Look, boom, boom, boom.
That's way back.
Yeah, I definitely zap you all the time. It's just whenever there's something really good. You're welcome. I keep it real. Should we go to yours, Coob? Should we log in with your Stacker.News?
Oh, you'll just see probably zaps on everything.
Okay.
I'm probably
maybe
the
next week.
biggest
Maybe
zap.
next week, Stackers will log in with Coob's login and see. At least I keep it real. What else? I think that's it. I think that's all we got. Where's the meta thing here? I feel like this podcast is going off the rails now because I took a couple shots of tequila. All right, we're gonna have the Fountain Boost. Blockchain Book said, "Stay in school, kids."
Oh, that's good. That's also what Bake said.
Gray Ruby just zapped us, and then Undisciplined says you don't have to move energy from space to Earth if you move industry to space. Ted,
Oh, that's a.
I ask you, is that true or not?
It's a very concise way of saying what Ted explained to us during the last podcast.
About getting energy back to Earth.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm moving it.
He says you don't have to move energy from space to Earth if you move industry to space.
it is very hard to commercialize space. I don't think we have a great way to commercialize space right now, but I think you can send heavy objects down the gravity well, so some aspects of industry could presumably be in space. But if you look at the math, even if it's like palladium or like the most amazing thing you could possibly imagine, it's still not currently economical to go fetch it from space. But maybe in the future, and there's certainly things that you get in space that you don't get elsewhere. Like, for example, in the Van Allen belts, you get all this antimatter that's like trapped in space. You go scoop up some antimatter if you had a good use for it. But I don't know about moving energy, like energy and heavy industry, specifically like chips and things that require specialty. I think it's going to be very difficult to do that more economically in space and service Earth than vice versa. So I think it'll always be chips and computers coming from Earth. And then in space is just funding itself.
Yeah.
At least for the near future. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about long term.
Well, no, he's just saying.
He's an economist.
Well, he's saying if we don't have to move energy from space back to Earth if we can relocate industry in space where the energy is abundant. That's what he said. Like rather than because I think on the podcast we were talking about taking energy that we're gathering from elsewhere and moving it back to Earth. But then you mentioned that it's one of the benefits of commercializing on Mars is because the energy is already there and abundant, and or the energy expenses are cheaper because we're already out in space, that we could do a lot of industrial things from the moon that we couldn't do on Earth. Yeah.
And even the moon, even Mars, like even Mars, it's like kind of a great jumping off point for deeper in the solar system, much lower gravity well, so it's easier to get off Mars.
Yeah.
I think the big thing that I find that's really genius about Elon Musk is that he kind of merges the physics and the economics, and so you have to think about things like not just necessarily, like, for example, there's
Like an
more
engineer.
solar radiation in a unit of space than there is on Earth just because there's no atmosphere.
Yeah.
But from an economics perspective, like, there's so much value that comes from being around other human beings and other industries so that you can trade. Like, it's like, I don't know, what the exact number is, but I'm sure it's like, trillions of percents, like things that are way easier to do when you can specialize. So it's a difficult prospect, but the hope is that we find something super valuable in space that can kind of bootstrap everything. And maybe it's helium-3. Like, so if we get fusion going, helium-3 is a good example of something that could be make it worthwhile.
Okay. And people can't see, but Ted has new facial hair that makes him I feel like makes him way more credible. Because you didn't have facial hair before, right? Did he really?
This is not very much facial hair.
Oh.
No.
When you start talking about space, though, what happens is that you just it just sprouts.
Yeah, I mean, he was telling us last week about how all the graybeards are the ones that really know their physics stuff or their astrophysics.
He's always had
stuff.
facial hair.
Has he? You haven't, right?
I feel like he has.
Don't trust him. That's what I took away.
But he used to work with the space people.
That's what I mean. He's coming into it, Carr. It doesn't come on all at once. But did you have facial hair recently like this? Okay, maybe you did.
He's always had facial hair.
No, he hasn't always had. Okay, I'm just saying.
What is that meme where it goes like you don't know I went all in on Bitcoin, but there will be signs? Something like that.
There will be signs.
There will be signs. There will be signs. Well, no, the sign is Ted looks like he's like ready for the market.
Yeah.
Are you ready for
What
the market,
market?
Ted?
What are you looking at?
For the market. The only market that matters.
Market,
Yeah.
Oh. He has
I
got.
think it's a great shirt.
His swag is increasing.
I like
that.
I have to agree. He already was on the
He was
camera.
Yeah, we got an eligible bachelor here for the two people that are watching.
Very eligible. Carr's sister might be single.
No,
Ready to mingle.
she's married. Oh man, this show has gone off the rails. It was so strong. It started off so strong. And anyway, YouTube comments. We got YouTube comments from Vake because he's the only one that comments.
Stay sober. He's
Oh, you
got
commented too? What did you say? Yeah.
Are you
last week.
Vake?
Wait, are you? No, Vake. I know Vake. I'll see him at TabCon. Oh, okay, cool. He just said stay sober. Did it do that today? Stay in your brain and stay in school. He also said stay in school, Keyan.
That's what I was saying.
I think we all said that.
Okay.
Really? No,
No,
he didn't say that.
it-
Tell us the story because it's probably going to be awkward.
So shout out to Vake. I met Vake at Bitcoin Vegas just randomly. He just walked into the Airbnb that I was staying at
Whoa.
because we were having a party. You
Oh,
were
okay.
there. Topher was there
Were
He
you
wasn't
there,
a
Topher?
burglar.
recently. Bitcoin Vegas.
Like what day?
I don't remember. It's so long ago.
Aren't they? It was just
Anyway,
all
Vake
one long day.
Vake came in. Vake came in and he was like, "Oh, you're a pleb poet," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh,
So
wow.
that was cool.
You weren't creeped out?
He said he just watches Stacker.News live though. He doesn't read Stacker.News, which is kind of funny.
It's what
Damn,
what-
Keyan.
you told me that already.
No, I never said that.
You don't need to laugh like you're in a mariachi band.
Hey, I had 3 of these tequila shots, bro. Hey, it was so funny.
You'd be great in a mariachi band. I'd join you.
I almost joined. I have a picture. I'll
Would you
pull it
guys
up.
let me in?
I
one?
do have a picture with me of a mariachi band.
What
I
instrument
was
did you
this
play?
close.
Probably like the tuba.
Dude.
Soup?
Yeah,
Dude.
it's kind of
with the
obnoxious
Stacker
one.
News hat.
Dude,
Oh,
I would,
absolutely.
Oh,
dude,
you'd crush
We
it.
need
know
to like
what?
get tassels on it.
You know what? Startup Day
Theme it.
Yucatan. I'm totally singing with the mariachis this time around.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got. Let's see here. Optimus say, wait, y'all don't use KSAT and MSAT in Austin? What do you use in your Imperial base?
Oh.
What's that? What's that mean, Keyan?
Oh, well, because we were
That's
talking about
that's a TISM joke. I don't get it.
No, because you were talking about how the imperial system is better and miles are better and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, well, we use kilosat and millisat outside of the United States.
Do they? Do they seriously use kilosat?
It would make sense. It would kind
Well,
of
millisats aren't real.
Yeah, but they're useful in contexts where you have consensus.
I mean, if you want to play with make-believe money, I guess.
Yeah, with like a channel partner, you have consensus on them existing so they can accumulate into real money.
Who?
Can they though?
Yep.
Like but the most they could ever accumulate into is one sat.
Yeah. But you can accumulate one
And
sat.
even
and
then,
more of them can
you
accumulate
got to
into
get
one sat.
past the dust limit. Like there's a lot of barriers you have to get past
Yeah,
before your
but if
sats.
you have a channel open for so long, you can imagine how many millisats you accumulate, and eventually you're past the dust limit. And the dust limit is decreasing over time. As we see.
So you're saying we can get rid of the dust limit if we go to millisats?
Well, on-chain fees have been dropped. Like the limit on on-chain fees has been dropped even below
These mother
a
effers.
sat per V-byte. So who knows? Maybe the dust limit will be a millisat. No, it can't ever be a millisat. But maybe it will be.
This is how they pull you back.
Yeah.
This is how they pull you back, Ted. Unbelievable.
Wait, no, we have we're already using subsat units on, at least for transactions. So because we just have miners or
yeah, but I have.
Wait, how does that even work?
I have this rule.
What subsat?
Yeah, how do we have subsat per V-byte on-chain fees?
Yeah, but I have this rule: never leave
Well,
sats on the table.
Because you have to
works.
pay at least one sat. You have to at least pay one sat per transaction.
You don't have to. It's either 0 or
That's
1.
right. You can do a 0 sat transaction.
You have to choose between
for
0 or 1.
DOS protection. Okay. Anyway,
You guys are getting full tizzard.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Can someone whisper to me so I can come back to reality?
You need like in a Inception where
I'm
you
still
gotta have
laughing about
the
Big's
memento in your
I'm
hands,
still laughing about Big's comment.
like the chess piece, a little
Big really said that?
spinner top.
He doesn't go to Stacker.News. Yeah. It's terrible.
He told you that, and you told me that already.
It's so terrible. Vay, come to Stacker.News, bro. Stacker.News. Just
Don't
go.
feel obligated.
No, I'm telling him.
I enjoy having someone that just watches podcasts.
I'm telling
Maybe
him.
he's just a visual learner.
Wait, what?
He also bought
The zines? Fake. You're on a computer all day. Just go
How
to
do you know that?
Stacker. Because I know we talked.
Oh, you're doxed him now.
Anyways, I'll see him at TabConf. I'll convince him. I'll convince him to make an account. Anyways.
I have an idea.
Yeah, go for it.
I have an idea for your DVD menu.
Yeah, what was it?
Just superimpose you and Keyan into a mariachi band and just do a little song.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Alright.
can do a little dance and a song.
Maybe we'll do
Yeah,
that.
Depending
and
on
like a
where
terrible looping animation.
Oh, wow, that'd be
Yeah,
funny.
South Park
I
style.
want to do the Easter egg menus where they have like Easter eggs in them. I want to do that too. Okay, we could do that. All right, we got to end the show because yeah.